Welcome back to another reaction, this time for Frieren Season 2, Episode 6, which seemingly starts off pretty dire. That is not where we left off. Last time we were in a hot spring, now we are burning stuff down, I guess. Okay, it's a demon. I was like, who's responsible for this? Is this maybe a normal human monk? But it's the demon, which makes sense. It looks like they are the same group. Maybe the demon was part of the humans? You know, maybe they hid themselves? Or maybe they betray the demons, I don't know. Also, this one is not the same as the monk. Again, one of the demons had the same outfit, so they were part of the group and betrayed them? Or they hid as a human? I'm assuming this is... I mean, okay. This is where we are going to go with Frieren, I guess? Maybe? Or this is where we see Verbal maybe in action. Because this is his whole reason to be here. Maybe he's part of this group of humans. Who's that? Do we know that one? I guess that is reinforcements. I guess that is the flag for someone specifically. Okay. Demon slaying request. 30 years. Rufen region. I told her, right? Okay, after got attacked. Now, because we are like 6 episodes in, we have like 10. We are most likely not going to see any big stuff happening, like an overarching story developing right now. We could maybe start, but we wouldn't get too far. So I am liking the idea that we may see some of the characters from the first season, like Methode, Verbal, Laufen. Want to see him? No, Denken. Denken is the one I want to see. Now, this, I guess, is the town that got attacked. We see a little bit destroyed. Couple burn marks. Now, the banners down there are still fresh. So I don't know what is happening there. And we know she is good at sensing enemies or magic, or generally people, and able to... She's the more analytical one, right? She also has mind control magic. Are you a demon? We have learned with Frieren that demons are not to be trusted. And that is potentially why that one demon had the same outfit as the humans. They probably joined the human team, worked alongside them until time was there. The time came to betray them.
黙れ。こっちはそんな言葉数えきれないほど聞いているんだ。
Instant change. I do like the demons. They made the demons really well, because they put them in situations and they showcase demons being able to pull on the heartstrings of humans. They're like, oh, I have a son, I have a family, I'm one of the good guys, but all the demons, so far we know, are evil. They have no good parts. They only use this to more or less cheat you and lie to you so you don't kill them. It's just survival. They do not have a heart, essentially, which I find very interesting. Because it is very effective. I would be like, if I didn't know better, I would be like, maybe. But we have seen over and over and over again, they don't have these feelings. They are just lying. Also wondering why he's even in that house. The demons, that is.
それで、その息子というのはどこにいるんだ？頼むから少しは本当のことを言ってくれ。
Fair enough. But I feel like demons never live long enough, because this whole idea is most likely trained or learned behavior. That they are like, hey, if we lie, then we may get a situation where we can take them out, kind of thing. And they never were in a situation where this didn't work and they survived to then learn half-truths are more reliable. Having like a little demon on their side to then be like, I have a son, and then have like a little version of themselves. So it is more believable to get this little, that the humans stop for a second so you can take them out, but they don't live long enough. If they are unable to successfully lie to someone, they seemingly just die because they get taken out. And the ones where the lie is successful, they just kill the humans, so they never need to change their methods. So we have a whole group. Oh, Mysteria, huh?
魔族に襲われた故郷の慣れの果てか。
Okay.
愛着のようなものはまるでなかったが、こうしてみると寂しいものだな。
So again, Minnesota is also here, and they have a specific attire. I don't know. Is this just the first mage attire that they wear? So they are visibly first mages. Is that the point? Because Fern doesn't wear this one.
Ah.
I'm also, I don't know, I believe he is not even a first mage, right? Or is he? We know Minnesota became first mage.
まさかに分かっている。もう片付けた。
You have taken care of one.
奴らは皆殺しにしたよ。
Fashionable.
村のみんなは
Additionally, the demons don't stay here, right?
無事だよ。みんな無事だ。
All of them that are alive,
お前も助かる。
which is not a lot.
一級魔法使いの新入りが一人、私と一緒に来ていてな。
Interesting.
魔法使いのくせに女神様の、
Right, I totally forgot. Right, she can summon the book for goddess magic. More or less here.
魔法が使え
You
る。
never got her to see her really in action. She was able to fight against Fern's clone, but she did not seem to be able to take the upper hand.
変わったやつだろ。だからお前の怪我もすぐ治せるよ。店もまたすぐに開けられる。
Yeah, he's probably going to die.
どうだ、少しはマシなパンを焼けるようにはなったか。ここのところ冷えた硬いパンしか食えていなくてな。ぜひ焼きたてを食わせてもらいたいものだ。いや、この際焼きたてでなくても構わない。売れ残りでも昔のよう売れ残りでも昔のような失敗作でもいい。贅沢は言わん。
I guess it takes more of a toll on him than he assumed it would.
ゲナウさん、怪我人はこちらに。
怪我人？気休めを言うなメトーデ。もう死んでいるんだろこいつ。見つけた時にはもう助からない状態だった。
Okay. I wanted to say, why did you not try to get here quicker? Why did you not also call for her? But if he was already too far gone, fair enough, I guess. I'm gonna trust that you know. Or knew that he was too far gone.
ひどい匂いだろ。腹の怪我がもう腐り始めてたんだ。
Okay. Fair enough. That is more or less... Yeah. You can't really do much if it's so far gone.
こんな奴が助かるはずがない。それでもこいつは私にしがみついてきたんだ。
I guess no one
こいつは
survived?
パン屋の息子だった。子供の頃はよく一緒に遊んでいたな。親父さんが亡くなってからはこいつが後を継いだんだが、こいつの焼くパンはあまりうまくなかった。もう食えないんだな。みんな一緒だ。こいつも寂しくない。なんで私たちではなく こいつらなんだろうな。この村の奴らは私たちと違って戦いの道を選んだわけじゃない。死ぬのなら一級魔法使いという戦いの道を選んだ私たちであるべきだ。
ゲナウさん、駐留していたノルム騎士団の要請が北部支部に届いた頃には村はもう滅んでいました。ゲナウさんに責任はありません。
村をもう一回り見てくる。
It is interesting because Minnesota as well has a somewhat cooler, not a colder expression. But it seems like she is trying to, give him like a pat on the back. Additionally, why was the village even attacked? Because we did find out that monsters like to eat human meat, right? But why just kill these people and destroy the village instead of eating them? Well, what really is the point? Is the point just to kill? It's a little bit strange.
少しは休んだ方がいいのではないのですか？
なぜ？
なぜって。
静かに。
Übel? Right? I mean, it could be Frieren. I don't believe Frieren, but Übel would be. Otherwise, I mean, who would try to catch a crow?
静かに。私の目が一つ潰す。
Oh, interesting. So it was his. I mean, this would mean potentially a demon. I don't believe the demons had this ability, though. What was this organelle? It was Verbal's ability. And he also is, if I had to guess, of all the people, Verbal would be the one coming here. He probably got the message that demons rampage around here, started up his crew, came along here. He's the one who's able to do that. Right, he was the one that had Sorganel, right? And Übel stole that. Now, I don't believe Übel is the one, because she's, trying to marry Land or whatever the ship is going, in which direction, and I don't believe he's here. So yeah, I would assume Verbal. It was also not Sorganel, it was the other ability that Frieren used. Who is he?
戦士が一人と。
One warrior and one hidden mage. Two mages. Oh, it's Frieren, I
潜
guess.
伏した魔法使いが一人。いや、二人か。
Which would be interesting if he was able to detect Fern.
2人です。
かなりの手だれだな。敵だと思うか。
However, I would assume that she... So first off, he spotted them, or he found them before she did.
二人か。
2人です。
So he was asking, one powerful mage, no. Two mages, question mark, and she is like, no, two. Because she's better at sensing people. But seemingly he sensed it first. And I'm pretty sure she knows, or she can differentiate between different people, because in the test she was able to pinpoint who exactly is where, which of the clones. So she is most likely going to sense, if that is Frieren and Fern, that it is those two. He doesn't know the warrior, but Frieren should be pretty easy to detect. Fern, very hard, which should give her the hint that it is most likely Fern. She was not able to detect Fern last time though. Maybe she got better.
かなりの手だれだな。敵だと思うか。
いえ、多分これは。
I mean, why would they attack? Why would you attack? Frieren, what are you doing?
なんだ、フリーレンか。ということはもう一人の反応はフェルン一級魔法使いだな。
メトーデと一級試験の時の試験官か。確かゲナウだっけ。まったく、すごい殺意のこもった魔力だったから魔族かと思ったよ。
Yeah, he's all like, oh yeah, I don't really have an attachment, but it is clear that through his, even though he has a code outside, he did care about these people, and he is definitely not in a calm situation right now.
そうか、紛らわしいことをしたな。悪かった。
本当です。気が気ではありませんでした。フェルン大丈夫。味方だよ。シュタルクに伝えて。はい。そうですか。フェルンさんも討伐要請を受けていたんですね。北部高原にいたからね。それで状況は。
祈っているのか。
悪いか。
いや、そうは思わん。
俺の村も魔族に滅ぼされた。
そうか。
なあ、魔族って人間を食べるんだ。
Okay, thank you for asking that question. What really happened here? Why did they attack this village?
なんで死体が残っているんだ。俺の村もそうだった。
さあな、理由は知らん。
So there's a reason they attack these villages. Again, if they eat the humans, then it makes somewhat sense to go out of their way, because the demons probably know that if they attack a village, that mages get sent. So this may be a trap. They wanted them to come, so they can attack them.
あいつらは腹いっぱいでも人を殺すんだよ。なんでだろうな。
Sure. I mean, they don't know how many demons they were, so.
そうですか。村にいた魔族は2人が倒したんで。
Unlikely. I don't know how many they defeated, but I don't believe they defeated enough.
一足遅かったみたいだね。これでも急いだつもりだったんだけど。
Also, I find it I do find it somewhat interesting that we saw her use the binding spell again for birds. Was the problem not with that one that it has a low range, though? You need to be really close. That was the problem, right? That is why we did the whole being at the water kind of thing. Because Sorgenail has like these two rings and has a larger range. So that is why I assumed first it was that. But the only one ring was the bird catching spell, which is nice. It's a nice callback.
ただゲナウさんが 一つ腑に落ちない点があると。
The one that, probably the one that was a traitor.
村に駐留していたノルム騎士団だ。
ノルム騎士団。
And there's probably someone that is very strong here that should not have been killed.
ノルム商会領にもいたでしょ。商会が保有する軍事勢力だよ。ずいぶん少人数なんですね。
村落の駐留部隊なんてこんなものだ。それでも彼らは。
Which already is crazy that this village had seemingly better soldiers. Another one that I find really crazy. There's a trading company's military force, which we saw, the Norm Company, and they had, like, you know, a pretty tough time. Money was running dry. They didn't have the resources, seemingly, to repair all the trading routes for the fresh bread. But they still had a military force, even though it was depleted somewhat. They lost like a third or whatever it was. However, they stationed these military forces around all of these villages, which is interesting. So not only were they responsible for distributing goods in the northern continent, helping everyone around, they were also providing military force for villages, which, you know, they looked somewhat oppositional to Frieren because of how the whole engagement went down. But we already saw last time that they were pretty helpful around the northern continent. And now we see they did even more than we assumed at the beginning. Even leaving military personnel in villages and paying for that essentially is pretty crazy.
それでも彼らはこの村にはもったいないほどの精鋭だったよ。
Showing us that the Norm Company, without them, the northern continent would not work at all, it feels like.
隊長はこの男だった。長年村を守り続けてきた英傑だ。
驚いた。この人シュタルクよ。
Are you serious? Dark. So the guy that cleaves a mountain in half or a hill, the guy that Eisen was scared of, that's Stark. The one that killed a dragon. That's Stark? And he's stronger.
はるかに強いね。
Really?
そりゃ俺と比べたらそうでしょ。
You killed a dragon. You fought the fucking demon last episode or a couple episodes before. You know, you are strong enough.
死因は剣士魔法の結果、彼らの死因は剣による斬撃で全員即死です。
Instantly.
村にいた魔族たちは彼らの足元にも及ばない雑魚ばかりだった。おそらく村を襲った魔族はまだ生きている。
That is why he's so angry, which is understandable because he cleaned up all the demons and he knew someone else is still out there responsible for this, and as long as he's not dealt with, our guy is not going to be calm or calmer than now.
よかったな。お前たちがここに来たのは無駄足なんかじゃない。
そう。それじゃあ手伝えることはまだありそうだね。一緒にそいつに人類の恐ろしさを教えてあげよう。
As the elf. Again, it feels like a trap. You know, leaving the bodies behind, making it obvious. I'm assuming the demons that were strong enough to kill the humans, that they are smart enough to understand that they would find out some strong demon is still alive. He's like a trap. Maybe they even waited until the message got sent before killing the last one. And additionally, it looked like they were infiltrating the police force, the military force. What are you doing? You're a mage. Why are you wielding a sword? Or are you reenacting how they died? You are reenacting how they died. This is now the third time, at least, I believe even this season, we saw it being used. Once with the demon sword and Himmel, second with the demon sword the demon sword against us, and now here. This seems to be like a specific way they wield the sword. I mean, Stark definitely picked up on that.
それだとかなり動きに無理があるな。
でも騎士たちの傷の状態だと。
もしかしたら二刀流なのかも。
だとしたら。
Also interesting, Stark is the only one that fights with a sword here, or an axe. The only melee fighter with 4 mages. 3 of them are first class mages. Frieren is not, but she's the strongest of them all.
魔族は基本的に短時間の潜伏でしか魔力を隠さないから、今は魔力探知の範囲外にいると考えていいと思う。この村の近くは安全と。
However, you should not count on what is normal. That is how you get complacent and die.
ということですね。ゲナウに周辺にある魔族の拠点になりそうな場所を教えてもらったから、そこを中心に調べていこう。はい。まあその前に夕食かな。
It sounded like bricks. Are there bricks inside there? Is it still the old bread?
その前に夕食かな。
I wouldn't call that dinner. It's fucking still the bricks. Holy shit. At least give me some soup.
またこのパンか。
It is so insane that with all the magic she has no make bread good again kind of spell. You can turn red apples into green apples, no, green apples into red apples. Whatever the case may be. Can't you make good food?
流通網が回復するまでの辛抱だね。ゲナウはまだ教会だと思います。
You believe? Can't you sense him?
ゲナウさんの分のパンは私が。いや、メトーデは敵の分析結果を教えて。先に敵の構成を知りたい。
じゃあ俺が渡してくるよ。
お願いします。それで分析の結果は？正確な敵の構成を把握するにはもう少しかかりそうですが、分かったことはあります。そっか。じゃあ先に作戦会議。の前にやっぱり夕食にしようか。
I like Metoda. He's the only one that thought Syria is cute.
前にやっぱり夕食にしようか。
So she has something for cute things. I also imagine he would be gone, searching for the demons, but it seems like he's putting like protective spell on the church. Maybe.
なんだ、もう出発か。
いや、夕食だってさ。
硬いな。
何をやっていたんだ？
魔族の襲撃で教会の結界が壊されていたからな。より強力なものに張り替えておいた。中にあいつらの死体もあるしな。
なあ、なんで死体をそのままにしてるんだ？埋葬するなら手伝うぜ。力仕事は得意なんだ。
そうか。
Fair enough.
北部高原出身じゃないやつにはわからないか。基本的に北部高原の村落に墓地はない。
Okay, so what do you do with people that die? I mean, even if they don't have a graveyard, you can just make one. It's not like anyone here is going to complain.
あるとしても、堅牢な城塞都市の片隅か。結界に守られたお貴族様の墓くらいだ。あとはすべて魔物の少ない北部高原南端の共同墓地に。
Okay, so I'm assuming it's because the monsters are going to unearth them to eat them, maybe, or they turn into
埋
monsters.
葬される。わざわざ死体を運び出すんだ。ノルム騎士団の護衛をつけてな。なぜだかわかるか？
No.
いや、
下手に墓を作ると腐臭につられて魔物が集まってくるんだ。
Uh-huh.
地獄のような光景だよ。そこには骨も残らない。ノルム商会の連中はずいぶん前から死体を燃やすようにと主張している。
Understandable.
実に商人らしい合理的な考え方だ。私も賛成だよ。
I mean, it's one of those belief kind of things. If you burn the body, what is with the soul? Yada yada. But otherwise, it would make the most sense. Mostly because, okay, you send them to the southern continent or whatever to bury them. You are most likely never going to visit that grave. So it's not like you have some place where you can visit every now and then. Because it takes too long, too much money. But maybe just the thought of it is enough? I don't know. Cremation
で
would
も
be the best.
聖職者連中が黙っていない。奴らの気持ちもわかるよ。痛いほどわかる。苦しんで死んだ人間を火にくべるなんざ正気の沙汰じゃない。
I mean, I can see that it's the whole we put human emotions in a lot of things that may not really fit. I mean, we have the whole AI stuff and robots, and we are going to put them more equal to humans, and the same with like these bodies. I do understand the sentiment of they already died horribly, so we don't need to put them through more horrible stuff. On the other hand, are they going to feel that in any way, shape, or form? Is it really horrible? Is maybe cremation not even better? Because then you could stay at your family's side, and like an urn or whatever. You know, I can see the argument. Still, I feel like cremation would be the better choice.
でもいつかはそうするべきだ。どうせこのままじゃ誰も故郷の地で眠れない。
Why? I mean, sure, you are not northern continent, whatever, but the ones in the southern continent, unless you assume that the demons are going to grow stronger. I don't know. I don't believe we ever found out how demons even multiply. So maybe they are getting stronger and stronger and are more dangerous now. This doesn't sound appetizing at all.
相変わらずパンを食べている時の音じゃないですね。
なんだかこうして一緒に食事をしていると不思議な気分です。
Don't you share a meal with Genau?
正直フ
Oh right, you got sent here with Genau, so...
リーレンさんたちとこんなところで再会するとは思っていませんでしたから。
こっちもね。
I also find it interesting, okay, she got sent here through Syria, yada yada. There are a lot of first mages in the northern continent, which is surprising, because there's no requirement. You can just go somewhere else. But Wilbur, understandable that he goes to the north. Denkin, understandable, he wants to visit his wife's grave. Okay. Now, Methode and Genau got sent here by Syria. Okay. And Frieren, again, a lot of first-class mages are in the north. Now, where's Übel? I don't know. And Land? I assume they are not here. But apart from those two, the rest seemingly is in the northern continent, which is surprising.
山一つ向こうで野営してたら討伐要請の書面が届いたからね。何事かと思ったよ。
Oh, little squirrel.
なんだこいつ。
手紙を持っていますね。
Ah. Now, what I don't know if this is maybe just artist interpretation here. What I find interesting is that the squirrel is going to Frieren, not to Fern. But Fern is the first class mage, and I would assume that she would get the message, not Frieren. I find it a little bit interesting that the enemy is being sent to her, though.
なんだこいつ。
But I'm assuming that the message is for Fern.
手紙を持っていますね。メトーデとゲナーこそなんでこんなところにいるの？偶然近くに他の一級魔法使いが2人もいたとは思えないんだけど。
今、私はゼーリエ様の命令でゲナウさんと2人組で北部高原の魔族の討伐任務をしていますから。
一級魔法使いってそんなことまでするんだ。ならなくてよかったよ。
I mean, not that you had the chance.
というよりも弟子としての仕事ですね。
弟子。
Huh. You got taken in as her student. Interesting. The whole, oh, I'm never going to take any student ever again. Ending up with another student. Miss Saria, who doesn't care about humans. Yeah, sure. Now, she did warn Fern, but I guess Fern didn't warn her, so she set it on Methode. I'm assuming Verbal, I mean, he's gone. Denkin, definitely too old. She was contemplating, she did say if she had met Denkin earlier, she would have loved to have him as her student. So, the only one that is available was Methode. I mean, Übel, she's with Land. Land is is his own person. So yeah, I guess she's the only one that came close to someone she could make a student.
ええ、一級魔法使いは基本的に
Oh, typically. Okay.
ゼーリエ様の弟子
I feel like like none of the first class mages became her students, only her.
死になることになるの。
This may also be like where Sirius like is a little bit pouty, and of all the potential first class mages that could have been her students, only one stayed. I feel like Übel would be, she would like Übel as a student.
そういえばそんなこと言ってたっけ。
私は断りましたよ。
フェルンはいい
I like how happy she is.
子だね。それで二人ともゼーリエのわがままを聞いているわけだ。大変だね。
そうでもないですよ。
Or are you going to show us some good parts? Why do I feel like we get a flashback where she's playing with Saria? You know, hugging her, playing with her hair, giving her a lap, not dance. What the fuck? Her lap to sleep on kind of thing, you know. Because she finds Saria cute.
むしろもっとお役に立ちたいというか、あの人ちっちゃくて可愛いじゃないですか。
そうかな。
もちろんフリーレンさんも負けないくらい可愛らしいですよ。
ありがとう。
Burn, jealous.
それにゲナウさんほどの反面教師もいませんしね。
I don't know. I don't know. He seems very cold outside, but inside, he has a lot of emotions. He's repressing, I guess. I still would have liked to see her just play around with Saria. You know, braid her hair or whatnot. Because I feel like that is the relationship they would have. Saria is like, okay, do this. She comes, Methode does whatever job she gets told, comes back, and as a reward, she's like, I want to braid your hair. I want to give you like a cute little dress kind of thing.
お前は私のようにはなるな。
さて、お腹も満たされたし。
Yeah, now that we've eaten, Fern.
私、作戦会議と行こうか。
それで敵の分析の方はどうなっている？
あ
何か分かったか？
あ、正確な魔族の数とかはまだ解析中らしいけど、一つだけ分かったことがあるぜ。
敵は二刀流って言ってたっけ？
それが、最初はそのように仮定していたのですが、やはり釈
Dagger and sword, or maybe there are two demons?
然としない点がありまして。
どういうこと？
私の知る限り、二刀流はどれも基本的に
Multiple arms?
攻守のバランスを保つことに重きが置かれています。なので一本は致命傷を与える長剣、もう一本は取り回しの良い短剣にするのが主流です。
Okay.
つまり切り跡には自然と差が生まれるのです。
大きな剣を2本操る怪力の持ち主ってことでしょうか。
ええ、そう思って遺体の傷や戦闘の痕跡からイメージして同じ切り方を試みたのですが、
I guess someone who's very fast then?
やはり二刀流ではどうしても動きに無理が生じてしまいます。これ以上はまだ憶測の域を出ないのですが。
いいから教えて。
おっと、悪い。
すみません。敵は四刀流です。
Oh, General Kenobi. Wasn't there the one guy that wielded like 4 blades?
そうか。
騎士や建物に刻まれた切り跡を見る限り、そう考える方が自然だって。
Oh, Naga.
四刀流
Someone has found his target. I do like that a lot because from the very beginning he's like, oh, I don't really have any affection towards these people, and he's somewhat looking down, but he cares a lot, and he's willing to get his revenge for the death of all these people, which is very interesting. Naturally, we also got some Methode. I like her because she's very her own character, and I wish we could see her relationship with Saria. I feel like it would be really her just playing around with Saria, and Saria being no, not too excited about that. I also really like that we get to see some of the other characters come back, because we have established a lot of really interesting characters in the first season. And it's nice to see them come back again. Also interesting, first episode I feel like that did not get divided into two stories. Additionally, next episode is the conclusion of the story, I assume. So we have at least 1.5, maybe even 2 episodes for one story. Or maybe this was a little bit of a bigger thing happening, could also be the case. But I don't feel like we are not going to prepare something that is like a cliffhanger for next season. I don't believe we are going to go that way. I find it very interesting that the squirrel went to Frieren though.